What did we play?
Unsettled.
Unsettled. And Unsettled is a space game in which we are in a spaceship. This is called the Scarab. This is our spaceship right here, actually. Let's see if I can get to it here. There. The Scarab. That's our spaceship.
Wait, look. Flip it over. Look.
Yeah, well, yes, it has special abilities. It can make it harder or easier, depending on what we do on that. And there's different Scarabs, too. So this is our trusty little AI bot called Luna, and she helps us. And then these are the crew members over here. We did a 3-player game, and we landed on a planet called Winora, which is a fungal planet. I'm going to just kind of zoom in on some of these cards so that you can see what this planet kind of looks like. See all the fungal stuff and the spores. That's kind of what that planet is, and we explored that. All the tiles start off like this, and as you explore, you go through. And then in this game, you receive an objective in the form of these cards right here, and it tells you what it is. So, to begin with, it tells you how to set up the scenario, and then it tells you what we're doing there, right there. And so on this planet, we're just kind of exploring, but we've also had a problem with our ship, and we need to get supplies and food and then get off the ship. But then weird things happen on this planet as well that we have to deal with. You do not shoot anybody in this game. You don't fight anybody. You're scientists, and you just have to deal with the problems. So here is one crew member. These are not dice. They are called focus. And I can't remember what all the different focus are, but they represent different types of
electricity,
mental,
mineral, and science.
No, these are actually something a little bit different. Oh, awareness, wonder, and energy. And they represent your focus, your ability to focus. And throughout the game, you have endurance right here. Your endurance starts here at the top. And the way that this game puts pressure on you is that this is a timer. And every time that you see one of these symbols, you take this and you go down on that symbol. So for instance, when you're walking around here to get to traverse from this tile to this tile, takes 2 time. This one would take another 2 time. And then after every person is done with their turn, you have to rest, which also takes a time. So throughout the course of the game, your endurance level is going to go down, down, down. Until if your endurance level reaches the bottom and you run out of time, then you will be exhausted and become unconscious. And if everybody becomes unconscious, you will lose the game. And that's one way to lose the game. I think that's a good place to start from there. Vaughn, what did you think of Unsettled?
It's great. It's better than a lot of games I've played.
And what makes it better?
It's cooperative.
So you like the cooperative aspect of it?
Mm-hmm. It's also like intense. You have to move fast, actually plan stuff.
Can you give an example of what you mean by move fast?
When we were right here, these tentacle monsters decided to turn on us and try to blow us up. So we had to race all the way down to here to our ship and.
Oh, you are so right. We did. We had to book it because they were like on our tails. Yep, that's a very good one. And then plan. What do you mean by plan? Can you give me an example of what did we do when we planned?
Okay, so I was right here.
Mm-hmm.
Our robot was right there. He was right here, and he was right here. So we moved Luna right here, and then one of them used their ability to pull me here.
Okay, hold up. So he's talking about the abilities. These are ability cards that we get, but we don't start with the abilities, right, Vaughn?
Yep.
How do we get the abilities?
This tracker right here.
Which is called?
Insight.
Insight. How do we get insight?
These symbols right here.
The purple symbols. So when you traverse, basically it's like, oh, I understand. So you gain knowledge, you gain a little bit more information, so you gain those insights. Also, when you do these are your basic actions right here. Theorize, which can give somebody else insight because you're talking to them and then it kind of helps their understanding. Investigating the place, traverse. So if your color die matches this symbol, then you get more insight. So this is another way to get insight right here. But there's various ways. But when you get insight, you take your tracker and you move this up. And what happens when it gets all the way to the top?
And you get an idea, pretty much.
You get an idea. So yeah, this, I think they might call it a breakthrough. This comes all the way over here and you start again and you get to pick. There's 3 different types of insights that you can have. There's the blue, which is data, I think.
Data.
Robotics.
No, data.
Data.
It's data, mineral, and like electricity or something.
Yeah.
Energy
or something. But this matters when you do that. So when you get that, you do that. And when you get that, you get a comprehension. And these are comprehension tokens. And they lead to breakthroughs. And these are the breakthrough cards right here. So you've got the blue, the green, and the orange, depending on which insight that you got. And those lead to these special abilities that you have. So if you expend a energy, you can do this cool ability. For this one, if you, to deploy a tractor beam, which kind of pulls along an explorer, if you pay 1 blue data, then you can do this. And here for the green, if you pay 1 green, then you can do this ability. And you can do these abilities on every single turn. So this person's turn, and that person's turn. One time only, if you have the resource to do it. Okay, Vaughn, continue. Planning.
Oh yeah, planning. So while we were going, when we were right here, so what I did is blue went in here on their turn. I traversed, carried them.
Now, why'd you carry them? What did that do?
Also, I used my card that makes it so that we ignore the time.
Yeah, and that was a huge help. We used that quite a bit at the end, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
That was a big bonus because we ended up avoiding time problems like, I don't know, 8, maybe 10 different times.
Yeah.
Right?
And one, I just moved right here. Luna was right here. I just moved Luna right there. And then we pulled orange in and won.
Yeah, so there's so much going on with these abilities and what this person's doing and this person and this person. They're all in different places. They're all doing different things. And I don't know all of Vaughn's abilities. I am playing 2 characters right now, so I do have to pay attention to that, which is a little bit hard for me to do. But we were planning together. And so we're like, okay, how do we do this? We've got these spore things these tentacles coming to attack us. We got to get out of here. We got to not waste time. What is the best way forward? And I have this ability and I can do this. And if you do that, then I can do this. And you start feeding off of each other and coming up with really good ideas. And there's way more than one way to do a scenario. And there's probably like a spectrum of really bad way to do something, not great way to do something. Oh, that's fine. That's pretty good. Wow, that was amazing type of thing. And you have to discover that as you play together. Right, Vaughn?
Yeah.
So what was a moment that stuck out with you? Here, go sit down so I can get your head in the game. What's a moment that stuck out to you in this game?
When we were all right here, and the tentacles decide to attack us.
Yeah, that you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, what moment stood out to me in this game? There's just a lot. I do really like this game. This game is what people say it is. It is a puzzle. It's a puzzle that you don't know what to do yet because there's like 4 of these cards and you flip them over and they give you a different task to do as you're going through, and you've got to be mindful of that time because you cannot let your endurance get down to 0. But you don't know exactly how much time you have or what challenges are going to have until you keep going throughout the game. So once you get down to here, it starts putting a lot of pressure, right, Vaughn?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of pressure, and we're like, oh my goodness, we're getting down. We got to make it.
And then once we got this card, we were just like, we can make it.
Yeah, and we started getting distress. Distress is starts making your character weaker and weaker, and making it harder for us to do our moves and stuff like that. But then there's also funnier things like this hallucination, which happened to this character. And it does some silly things, but it has a good benefit. So sometimes when bad things happen, it's not the worst thing, right, Vaughn?
It's usually actually, apparently in this game, it's good. Bad things are good.
So yeah, I am really looking forward to doing another task, because each planet has 3 tasks. This was only the first task. There's also a task 2 and a task 3, so it changes the whole entire thing just for that planet. And there are 8 planets, and each planet has 3. So that is a lot of stuff to go through. I don't think this was a really long time. We were learning this game, and
For about an hour.
At least an hour. And it took a little bit to kind of crack the code, but it was pretty simple to move around and do everything, don't you think?
Yeah.
And I think you could get a new player on here, pump them in, and just be like, okay, here's your choices. So yeah, this was really fun, and I look forward to doing this.
Yeah.
All right, out here.